Hi, Kendra. Thanks for coming in today and coming in to get some of these test results. How are you feeling about it today? Yeah, I know it can be scary to come in and not really know what we're going to do. I'm here to kind of put those at ease. And we're just going to kind of go over some of these tests that you took last week and just give you some of the scores and go from there. So I'm just going to start with the Cooper Smith self esteem assessment that you took. On that assessment, your overall score was a 72. That one was with an average being between 60 and 79. So the scores indicate on that one that you scored on the high end of average for self esteem. So the lower the score, the lower the self esteem, the higher the score, the higher the self esteem. That test also compared your scores for the norm. So for yours, it took your scores and compared them to female students ranging from the ages of 16 to 34, and that gave you a score of 71. So that one was also out of the average of 60 to 79. So on the day that you took that assessment, those scores also indicate that your self-esteem was on the high end of average. So there's that one. The next one that you took was the control belief scale. That one was on the realistic and unrealistic control. So for realistic control, you scored a 4.28 out of 21. And for unrealistic control, you scored a 3.2 or a 3.61, sorry, out of 21. And same thing, the lower the score, the less control that you felt you needed, the higher the score, the more control. So for the unrealistic control, that score indicates that when situations were unrealistic or uncontrollable, your score was lower, meaning that you were able to see things that they were uncontrollable or unrealistic. The other assessment that you took that day that you came in was the self directed fifth edition, which that assessment was for your abilities and interests when you were looking into your occupations. So for that one, that was the one that was going to give you a combination of like social social con- conventional enterprising, and it was going to tell you which combination would help you find your interests and abilities in the workplace. So for you, you scored highest in social, conventional, and intervention. So that gave you job opportunities that were going to meet your interests and abilities, such as criminal justice, law enforcement, nursing, and critical, like ICU, and also counseling. Your low area for that one was enterprising, which was a score of 19. Just in case you want to know like where your low areas are, in case you want to work on that. The last assessment that we took that day was the InSync personal inventory. For this one, you scored on the extroversion introversion a 10 out of 21. So that score indicates that you fall pretty close to in the middle, meaning that you can be both. You don't have to be one or the other. That test also did stability and neuroticism, and for that test, you also scored a 10 out of 24, meaning that you scored in the middle, and that the test also indicates that you have emotional control and stability when needed, but can also express emotions when needed. That one gave us an indication of whether you were like gave us a bottom line of lying to determine whether you were telling the truth on the questions, and you scored a 4, which that score indicates very low, so meaning you were truthful in your assessment. So overall, these are the assessments that we took that day. Do you feel like you have any questions on any of these assessments or what any of them mean? Okay, if you do feel like you have any questions or you are wanting more information on any of this or what any of these results mean, please feel free to reach out or write it down for our next session and we can go over it more in detail. I thank you again for coming in and giving me the opportunity to go over these results for you. And I know that at the beginning it was kind of scary. How are you feeling now about it? Good. I'm glad you feel a little bit better. So, um, thanks for giving me the opportunity, and I'll talk to you soon.